Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our group will explain about dielectric material and its application in the industry. This is our group members. The first one is Muhammad Rahimi bin Ayub. The second one is Muhammad Syami bin Zulkifli. The third one is Minar Aliza binti Mazam. And our lecturer name is IR Dr. Muzaffar bin Ismail. Next, we go to the introduction. For the introduction, dielectric material can be defined as a material which is formed in terms of conducting material by an efficient supporter of electrostatic field. If the current flow between the charged pole of the opposite type is maintained at a minimum without any interruption for the electrostatic flux line, then electrostatic fields are capable for storing energy. This phenomenon is particularly useful for storing energy in device.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syami bin Zulkifli and my matric number is 30819109191. Okay, today I'm gonna explain about the objective of this slide. Okay, the objective of using dielectric in industry is to understand the meaning of the term dielectric constant, dielectric loss and dielectric breakdown. Number 2 is to recognize that the properties of the dielectricity are due to the polarity and understand how this polarization varies on the microscopic scale. Okay, next is to understand how material structure, temperature, and frequency affect the properties of dielectric. Okay, next is to be aware of the some practical application of dielectric material.
Shape of dielectric material. This is the example of dielectric material where the outer one is the conductive plate and then the inner one is dielectric. Next we go to the type of dielectric material. Dielectric material can be divided into two types, which is active dielectric and the second one is passive dielectric. For the active dielectric which can easily adapt to store the electrical energy in is called active dielectric, and it is used in the production of the ultrasonic. The example of the active dielectric is piezoelectric and ferroelectric. For the passive dielectric is dielectric which can restrict the flow of electrical energy in it is called passive dielectric. It is used in the production of the sheet. Example of the passive dielectric is glass, mica, and plastic. Next, we go to the type of dielectric material, which is polar molecule and non-polar molecule. For the polar molecule, it has permanent dipole moment even in the absence of an applied field. The polarization of polar molecule is highly temperature dependent, and the polar molecule have absorption or emission in the infrared range for this molecule. The example of the polar molecule dielectric material is H2O, HCl, and CO. For the non-polar molecule, it do not have the permanent dipole moment, and the polarization of molecule is independent of temperature, and there is no absorption or emission in the infrared range for this molecule. The example of the non-polar molecule is O2, H2, and N2. Next, we go to the properties of dielectric. For the properties of dielectric, first, the dielectric material that are used usually are non-metallic type. Thus, the resistivity material is high. Second one, the energy gap is H, which is above 3 volt. And then the bonding is very hard between electron and the nucleus. The fourth one, due to the absence of the free electron, the conductivity is very low. Fifth, the polarizable behavior can be predicted by using the value of the permittivity. Lastly, the dielectric constant is used to measure the polarization level in dielectric. Next, I will pass to Muhammad Syami bin Zulkifli.
Okay, next is I'm gonna explain about the advantage. Okay, the advantage of dielectric serves three purposes. The first one, that you can keep the conducting plate from the coming in contact, thus allowing the smaller plate separation, therefore higher capacitance. Next, also to increase the effective of capacitance by reducing the electric field strength, which means you need to get the same charge at a lower voltage. For the disadvantage is an efficient dielectric support a varied charge with minimal dissipation of energy in the form of heat. There are two forms of losses that may dissipate energy within dielectric. In conclusion, loss of flowing of charge through the material causes the energy dissipation. The electric loss is dissipation of the energy through the movement of charge in a alternating electromagnetic field as the polarity switch direction. Okay, next is the electric loss is especially high around the relaxation or resonance frequency of the polarization mechanism, such as polarization lag. The applied field cause an interaction between the field and the electric polarization that result in heating.
Assalamualaikum and very good evening to IR Dr. Muhammad Muzaffar bin Ismail. My name is Muhammad Rahimi bin Ayub. Want to present about application of the dielectric material. So here we have a 9 application, which is for the first one is electric. A specifically processed dielectric fabric act as electrostatic equal to magnet. For the second one, in electric transformer, mineral oil are used as a liquid dielectric and that they help with inside the cooling process. For the third one, castor oil is utilized in excessive voltage capacitor to boost its capacitance value. For the number 4, perlite is utilized in business coating and act as a barrier among the substrate and the outside environment. For number 5, the ceramic dielectric is utilized in dielectric resonator oscillator. For number 6, barium, strontium, titanium skinny movies are dielectric which can be utilized in microwave tunable gadget imparting excessive tunability and occasional leakage current. For the number 7 of application, which is the dielectric are utilized in liquid crystal display. For number 8, to enhance the overall performance of a semiconductor device, excessive permittivity dielectric substance are used. Okay, for the last part for the application is they are used to store the energy in capacitor. Okay, for the conclusion, a dielectric material is employed to separate the semiconducting plate of a capacitor. This insulation considerably determines the properties of a moment. The insulator constant of a cloth determines the quantity of energy that a capacitor will store once voltage is applied. A dielectric material becomes polarized when it is exposed to an electrical field. Once polarization occurs, the effective field of force is reduced. Since the permittivity of a material depends on frequency and temperature, the dielectric constant is sometimes given at specific conditions, usually at low frequency. Moreover, the dielectric regular of a fabric is normally given relative to the permittivity of a standard space. Okay, that's all. Thank you, sir.